start to write. If anything, the writing was the easy part. The first draft took only 6 months, once I got started. But before that, it took 10 months, maybe closer to a year, and a few earlier drafts that went into the garbage before we became friends and could talk, really talk to each other. Before I started to write, we had to bridge 2 worlds. The world George Dawson entered all at once, the world of books, of education, of modern 20th century life, in which people have expectations and have unlimited opportunity, was the world I had grown up in. To learn about the world that he had lived in, a world where there are no expectations, a world in which change does not and is not expected to happen, was the world I had to learn about before I could begin to write his story. And more than that, I needed an uninterrupted block of time in each day, and my day was full. In other words, I had an excuse. And then I heard an interview on NPR with David Gooderson, a high school English teacher on Bay Bridge Island, just 40 miles from where I live. Keeping his day job, he got up and wrote at 5 a.m. and then went to school a few hours later. That sounds easy. So the first morning, as I turned off the alarm and stumbled around in the dark, my dog seemed confused. But Jasmine came down in the living room when I whistled from the back door. Together we walked 2 blocks to my office, which is located underneath the gym at my school. Sitting in the northwest corner of the country in the closing year of the 20th century, I began to write in the first person through the eyes of a 10-year-old child, a black child of the Deep South from the turn of the earlier century. It's not my age, not my race, and not a part of the country that I knew. With no plan or outline, I began by writing what was closest to the surface, by telling the story of Pete and his lynching. Once the terrible images were on paper, they began to lose their hold on me. Only the dog's barking took me out of an earlier time and place. At 7 a.m., the custodian came to open the rest of the building. The routine quickly developed. They started at 5, the dog would bark at 7, and it was time to walk home for breakfast. After breakfast, there might be another block, time of work, and my second writing session before school started. Still, as the writing moved along, I became concerned. He turned 101. In college, I rejected journalism school because I didn't think that I could deal with the pressures of deadlines. And here, I was looking at a looming deadline that was vague, but certain. If I didn't get it done before he died, there'd be no second chance. Just do the best you can, son, he told me. His simple approach to it, and more than that, his confidence in me kept me going. It was about that time toward the end of winter that I recall one particular memorable morning. I turned the corner past my garage, and as I stepped out on the street, the rain hit me full force. The wind pelted the rain at a 45-degree angle. I pulled my foot up. There were ice pellets in it to keep the sting away. Trying to use me to block the wind, the dog stayed against my leg, but then wrapped the leash around my legs, and I tumbled to the ground. The rain stunned my face, and my hands were just numb with cold. The houses were dark, not a light on yet. Everyone was still inside and still asleep. Realizing that is where a sane person should and could be, I burst into gales of laughter. All this for a promise to a 100-year-old man who lives 2,000 miles away. I had turned my life upside down. And I'm glad that I did. Thank you.